What's up, guys? LDraux here, and today we're gonna do something a little fun. We're gonna tier rank all of the FNAF games because if you don't know, I like Five Nights at Freddy's, and I've actually played almost all the games. So we will get into it. All right. Let's obviously look at the categories here. We've got Superstar, obviously a Glam Rock Freddy reference. Honorific, which is, acceptable, playable, I guess. I'd rather get Spring Locked and never seen or never played or seen. I've seen all of this stuff, so, I don't have to worry about that. And I believe this is all the games. Alright. So Five Nights at Freddy's 1, we'll start off with. I think it's gotta go Superstar. I do. I mean, Five Nights at Freddy's 1, like, if it didn't have a strong start, the series wouldn't have, like, continued. I'm sure Scott would have kept pumping out games and stuff, but, like, FNAF 1 was a fun game. It got very popular. It got popular enough to give reason to make tons of sequels. I mean, how many games are there here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So, like, there's like 15 because this one's a DLC, but so yeah, plus all the books in there. He makes a lot of things. So the first game, I think, is like got that GOAT status. It is that good. So yeah, if you argue, you argue, but I think it's got to go number 1. Or I got to go in Superstar, and also Superstar is the game that started really hitting at the lore, introduced the purple guy. I'm judging by gameplay, and actually the first Five Nights at Freddy's game I played when it came out. Like, I played this game as soon as it came out. FNAF 2 is going Superstar. I don't care, like what you say. FNAF 2 has such a camera's messing up here. FNAF 2 has such a unique element compared to Five Nights at Freddy's 1, where you got the double doors, but now you've got a flashlight, you've got the mask, you've got the music box for the puppet, you've got a hall in front of you. I just think it's a good game. There's obviously it created like lore since the game's a prequel. It had so many more characters than just like the core 4. And then like Golden Freddy or whatever. It introduced the toys and the wizards and a bunch of our fan favorites, like, I don't know, the puppet, Balloon Boy. Not my favorite, but I'm sure he's got a fan somewhere out there. So all right. So that's Superstar for now, because Five Nights at Freddy's 3 does not get into Superstar. It does not. I am sorry. The gameplay, it's okay, but I don't really like it that much. The phantoms are interesting. The fact that, like, they're just there, and adds more lore to the game. Like, the mini games and everything's really cool. It's not going down very, very low. It introduced, obviously, the first time we see the big bad, William Afton or Springtrap. I would say it's acceptable. It's not the best. Springtrap has shitty jump scares. I'm not gonna lie to you. His jump scares are not fun, or are not like cool. I mean, he's literally he's aura farming. His jump scares are literally aura farming, and I'm not a big fan of that. The gameplay with the vents, and you have to like update the things. It's been a while since I've played that. Yeah, because you got the door door on one side and the vent on the other, I believe. Maybe there's 2 vents, but I don't know. And you gotta like lure them out. It's an interesting game. It's not my favorite in the series, which sucks because I actually really like Springtrap. I think he's a cool character. Five Nights at Freddy's 4, however, 1 blew the story wide open with its cutscenes and stuff. I'm not gonna give it Superstar, but I am gonna give it an Aftonrific because of they're scary. Those nightmares are actually scary. The animatronics have always been a little creepy and weird and like scary for the jump scares. These ones are actually like terrifying. You know, between your Nightmare Freddy, Foxy, Bonnie, Chica, Nightmare Fredbear, all of those animatronics are pretty scary. You know, obviously. And with the Crying Child games, having it set in a bedroom, because I was a kid when I played this, so having it set in a bedroom, oh my god, it was more relatable for me than a security office. So I'm going for the Crying Child mini games, you know, the Bite of 83, all of that. It's Afternific. I could give it a superstar. I honestly wouldn't disagree. But I think Afternific's fine. FNAF World. I actually liked FNAF World, but it's unplayable, I guess. Actually, no, I'd rather get Spring Locked. It was fun when it first came out, but I would never replay it. Like these games are, would I go back and play it again? That one, no, I would not. Sister Location, however, I don't have much to say about FNAF World. It's just this arcade, or not arcade. It's their like RPG, cutesy, fun version. It got better after the DLC, but when the shit came out, not that good. And I played it. There's a series from like a decade ago of me playing this where I did like little challenges with certain characters. Don't go back and watch those videos, I promise. They're not that good. Sister Location is the first actual FNAF game I've played completely on my channel. And I'm gonna go with Superstar. I really like Sister Location. I think the story really held up on that game. And it was... I don't know, that's the game that really introduced voice acting, you know, Funtime Fredbear, Ballora, Baby, Funtime Foxy. It just gave a bunch of like interesting animatronics. It gave you a more a look at the world outside of Freddy Fazbear and the gang, because this is the Sister Location. Circus Baby's party. What is it? Circus Baby's world? Party world? I don't know. But it shows you other animatronics. Baby talks. Obviously, Baby who killed Elizabeth Afton and possessed her. Gives you so much lore. Scooper, Ennard. Literally, so much of it is like crucial. In the gameplay this is the first game that, other than FNAF World, that's not sit there and watch the cameras. You have to go around and do stuff. There's the game where you like fix the animatronics. You have to go in the halls past Funtime Foxy and Ballora. You have to hide in that spring lock suit, and that shit's hard because you gotta like uncrank the things. Everything from like the mini arenas are even cool. It's such an interesting game, and I really liked it. And then Five Nights at Freddy's 6. Pizzeria Simulator. I'm gonna give it an Afternific because most people have the Superstar, and I think the ending monologue is Superstar. But I'm not a big fan of the Tycoon gameplay. I'm just gonna be honest. That's just a personal opinion of mine. Tycoons aren't really my thing, so it's going there. But literally, other than that, everything else is good. It's the game that kind of ends the big series of the, you know, all these 6 games built up into one. You know, you have the Puppet, Springtrap, Ennard, Baby, Henry, you, the security guard, who was probably Mike, at the FNAF 6 pizzeria. It explodes. Henry's amazing dialogue, you know. He's like, Give up your souls, they don't belong to you. And for one of you, the darkest pit of hell has opened up to swallow you whole, so don't keep the devil waiting, my old friend. And then he talks about Charlie. Or I guess the puppet, he says my daughter. He doesn't say her name. Even the way it starts off, that monologue, baby's talking, and he said, like, sorry to interrupt you, Elizabeth. And I'm like, I don't know, it just chills every time you hear it. So if you've never heard that, I would go watch it immediately. Ultimate Custom Night, playable. Yeah, it's just a custom night. It's nothing too crazy. There is lore to it, like apparently it's like Nightmare or Afton's hell, because Cassidy, the vengeful spirit, is keeping him there, which is like Spirit and Golden Freddy, I'm pretty sure. And they've got cool cutscenes, and I like it. Help Wanted. Acceptable. Help Wanted for a Steel Wool game changed the... they really changed the story by creating a new kind of like idea of where you're gonna lead the series. Because, so this is the VR game, and it made all the first 4 games video games in universe. People didn't really like that, but so in the game you basically play the like the first 4 FNAF games just in VR, which is cool. But you have tapes hidden tapes you can find that will bring back Glitch Trap, which is apparently like the AI version of Springtrap, and it's just an interesting thing. It's very creepy to play in VR. Curse of Dreadbear. Did I ever play this Curse of Dreadbear? What is the Curse of Dreadbear have? No, I have the Foxy. I fucking hated that Foxy Maze. I'll put it on playable, I guess. The freaking Halloween Foxy Maze. The Jacko Foxy. Never played Pizza Special Delivery. It's the AR game. I'm not talking about it because it's dumb. It belongs in this list, and if you've played it, belongs in this list. I just think it's a lame game. Security Breach is an interesting game. I played all of this on my channel too. You can check that out. And the game was buggy as hell when it came out, but it was fun. It was the first free roam FNAF game. I'm putting an acceptable. And I'm putting Ruin actually above that, but I'll talk about both of them. So Security Breach, it puts you in the furthest game in the timeline at the Pizzaplex. You play as a young boy named Gregory, where you got the glam rock Freddy, Monty, Roxy, and Chica. But Freddy's a good guy, which is crazy. And you pilot him like a mech suit. And basically you go throughout the game trying to escape Vanny, who's possessed by Glitch Trap, and all that, trying to make it to the day so you can leave. There's so many endings. It does suck that they brought like that burn trap ending. It wasn't. I mean, I liked it because it was cool, but it seemed unnecessary. But there is tons of lore in that game. Obviously, the pizzeria. The game was a foundation for the future. So I've got to acknowledge that. Help Wanted 2, Aftonrific. Oh, and Ruin, you just play as Cassie, but it's more linear, the story of like where you go. It's not free roam, so you don't get lost. I got lost a lot in Security Breach, I'm gonna be honest. But in Ruin, it's more linear. And obviously the end reveal with the Mimic is crazy, so. Help Wanted 2, again, is a VR game, but it's the second VR game. And the reason I think it's so much better than the first Help Wanted is because midway through the game, so in Ruin, you play as Cassie, and she has the Vanny mask that kind of lets her use this like the Vanny network. It's kind of like AR glitchy, so it can just navigate through stuff. And halfway through Help Wanted 2, which if you play it on VR, this is crazy. I don't know about like the console port, but you get into a secret room with a Princess Quest machine. You turn off an inhibitor, which allows like which is related to the mask. I think if the inhibitors active, you can't take the mask off in Ruin. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, if you close that, you look around you, there's a big sign there that says, your shift's over, clock out and take off the mask. And if you reach your VR hands up to your face, you pull off the mask, find out you're in the FNAF 6 location. You're playing as Cassie's dad, which is, I guess, like, I don't know if it's confirmed, but it's heavily rumored because of the Bonnie relation to the lore. But I think it's a really good game. Into the Pit, really like this game. Obviously, it's not connected to the main timeline. It's just a spin-off from the books. But yeah, I decided Into the Pit was fun. If you don't know about it, you play as Oswald. You go to Jeff's Pizza Place, I think it's called. You go into his off-limits ball pit. You time travel to 1985, where the first murders at Fazbear's happened, or murders at Fazbear happened. You find Spring Bonnie there, and you basically run away from him, and he kind of like he kidnaps your dad because your dad is like he kidnaps your dad, and you have to save your dad. And there's just like a lot of Easter eggs in the books. It's just fun. You fight the core animatronics. Is Foxy in that game? I don't remember. Why don't I remember? He's gotta be. I don't know. No, actually, he's not. He's in it, but I don't think he's an active like enemy. Anyways, it doesn't matter. That's a good game, but it's not related to the canon, so, or it's related to the canon, but not to the main timeline. And the latest game that came out, Secret of the Mimic. I recently played this, and go check that out because I loved my playthrough of it. It's in Superstar. It's another. So they were able to create again an open world. But this one makes more sense. It's more direct. You feel it. I also played this multiple times, so I don't know. But it's just cool. The fact that there's one enemy, a mimic, but there's so many enemies you fight in the game, the mimic's just controlling them, going in and out of the suits. They'll heavy lore dump the introduction of like the new characters like Edwin and David and Fiona. Obviously the parachute ending, the moon ending. I don't want to like go heavy into the game because I want to let you guys watch it if you haven't. But if you have, you know how like crazy it is in the basement. It makes it seem that MCM and the Pizzaplex are the same lot of land. Like the Pizzaplex was built on the land after MCM was demolished. I don't know, it's a big theory game, and I'm excited to see where it goes. But the gameplay wise, I think it's way better than Security Breach was. Security Breach was good. Every FNAF game is good, other than this one. FNAF World's even good. I'm putting it here because it's a meme, I guess. But for really, I would play it. All of these games I love. I'm a just big FNAF fan. Always have been since day one. Half the reason I started my channel. My very first video is about me. It's like 13-year-old me 2 minutes talking about FNAF. Look where I am now. It's crazy, but yeah. So let me know what your favorite Five Nights at Freddy's game is, and leave a like and subscribe and stick around because I will be on this FNAF journey with all of you guys. So peace out and see you later.